toxic masculinity.
Among America's generations Z, 1 in 6 identify as LGBT plus Q and A L through Z W X Y Z.
That's right. Let's see here. This is in the New York. No, not in the New York Post. This is Blaze. This is on the Blaze. I love the Blaze. I got good friends on the Blaze. But let's switch over to this story. Okay, so 1 in 6 of America's youngest adult generation identify as LGBT. Valeria, you're in Generation Z. Do you identify as LGBT?
No.
No, you don't. All right, well, let's read a little bit of this article, and then we can talk about it. Approximately 1 in 6 from America's youngest adult generation now identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Most of them are bisexual, apparently. A trend of increasing LGBT identification in the country, according to a new Gallup survey. Now, I think that this is horse manure, as they say. And I'm going to explain why in a moment. So, the survey conducted through the last year found that 16% of adults from the Generation Z identify as something other than heterosexual. Those surveys were born between 1997 and 2002, roughly. Valeria, you're 1996, right?
Yes, I am.
But I still think you're Gen Z. Because she's got the mind of a child. It's not true.
True.
All right. Gen Z is defined by those. Okay, yeah. They did not include those who have not yet reached the age of 18. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's see here. Of those 18 to 23-year-olds who identify as LGBT, 72% of them classify themselves as bisexual. Now, this is why I think it's baloney. Because my guess, and they don't talk about that here, they don't say if it's men or women that are identifying as bisexual, but my guess is that a huge percentage of that 72% that classify themselves as bisexual are women. And the reason hey buddy, you want up? Come on. You want to say hi to the people?
Yes.
It says hi. Now, in my experience, when I was going to school, it was not necessarily cool to be gay, right? But there was a growing popularity within a certain subculture, even when I was at school, right? This is like the 1990s, the late 90s. There was a certain subculture of people who did think it was cool to be a lesbian. This is like a popular trend. And I think that this trend grew significantly because even if you're not attracted to women, even if you're not attracted to women as a woman, I think women are still objectively beautiful. You know, like beautiful women are still beautiful even to a woman. A handsome man.
That's true. As a woman.
Yeah, you can
That's
see.
True, yeah.
Now I can tell if a man's handsome or ugly.
I will even say that woman pays more attention to the woman.
Sure,
than they
because
pays
you're
a man.
talking about like how you want to dress and you care about the aesthetics and all that. Now a man can tell if another man's handsome or ugly. Obviously, the same way I can tell that if a horse is a healthy-looking horse or an old nag. Hey, Aston. Throw him off the balcony. No, I won't really. She's looking at me scared. Don't look at me like that. I'm not going to really do that. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that a girl can say, "Oh, this woman's beautiful." I think that she would even not mind being a little bit more physical with a girl than a guy would. Guys tend to find other guys a bit gross. I think guys tend to find other guys like I don't want to touch another guy really. You know, but girls don't mind touching other girls. They'll hold hands, stuff like that. They'll cuddle together, stuff like that. They don't mind. Oh my God, can you just murder him? Just kill him. Oh, there he goes running. There, throw that. But here's the second reason why I think a lot of women don't mind being quote unquote bisexual is because a lot of guys find that a little bit sexy, right? There's just throw him in the in the bathroom. Some guys think that watching girls make out or that kind of stuff, like, you know, it's a little bit sexy. So girls cop on to this. And they're like, oh, that's sexy. Guys like that. Okay, I'll call myself bisexual. So a huge percentage of these people might not be, you know, might just totally be heterosexual and just might be faking it for the attention. In fact, I think that's probably quite a lot of them, even the trans people. I knew a guy in college who was very flamboyantly gay. And this guy was, he desperately wanted attention all the time. Like, if we weren't paying attention to him, he would start dancing in like this kind of like wild, crazy way just so people would look at him. I mean, the guy was nuts. And I realized, I'm not sure if that guy's like born attracted to men or if he's born attracted to attention, and he realizes that being gay is something that gets him more attention, right? So I think that he kind of fit into that kind of, I don't know. I was trying to psychoanalyze the guy because he was clearly a crazy guy. So I think a lot of people who identify as gay, trans, whatever, at least some of them want attention. And actually, I asked the guy, I said, how many gay men do you think are actually gay and how, born that way? And how many gay men do you think are just doing it for attention or to be different or something like that? And he goes, all of them.
Really?
Yeah. And I went, what do you mean all of them? He goes, I'm the only gay man that I've ever met that I think was actually born gay. And I'm like, I don't think you were born gay. I was like, I think you were born, needing attention a lot. But I didn't say that to him. But anyway. So I don't know. Look, I don't know. Maybe this is real. Maybe it's not. I'm skeptical. I don't think self-reported stuff is usually that accurate. Maybe it is accurate. I'm not convinced. I think it's probably more likely that a lot of these kids just think it's cool to say that they're gay or that they're trans or that they're bisexual. And so that's what they're doing. Darling, we're wrapping up.
We?
Yeah, we're wrapping up that section.
Okay, awesome.
What are you doing?
Sorry, my mom wrote me.
Your mom.
I couldn't not respond because my mom writing me every day, but we have different timings, so I have to respond. I'm fine, I'm good, I'm alive, I'm home. It's important.
Can you do something for me real quick?
Yes.
Just there you go.
I have to read the comments.
No, you don't.
I do.
We can do that at the end of the show. We do that at the end of the show. Let's just do that at the end of the show.
Oh.
Next story.
COVID arrived on the scene and the flu disappeared.
The flu. Yes. So this is Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.